Hello, everybody. We are continuing a lesson that we had started last week. So you will need your math workbooks today. We are starting in our Bridges workbook. We will be on page, it's in here. I'll find it eventually. I turned it just a little too far. We will be on page 98. I demonstrated how to do this lesson last week, and I'm going to demonstrate again. Okay, we will go to our book. There's our book. I am going to demonstrate this game again because it can be difficult for some students. Remember, I gave you a little blue piece of paper with all of the fraction pieces on it. So if you have that, you may want to get it out. It's a little blue square. Some of you lost them because they ended up on the floor. Yes, sir.
That it's in the wrong notebook. The BSB one. Bridges.
It's in our Bridges book. This is Bridges, not Number Corner. So you may want to get out this piece of paper. Ooh, there's going to be minors handed out today. People at home, if you hear it suddenly get quiet, you know what happened. Okay, so we're working on this again. To play this game, you spin two numbers. After you spin the two numbers, and Jared was helping me last time, although Jared is now not part of our math helpers, so we could have Adrian come over if Adrian would like to and help and spin the numbers. Does Adrian want to?
Sure.
Okay, come on over, Adrian. So Adrian is going to spin a number, and I'm going to spin a number. So go ahead and spin a number.
Me?
Yep. Oh, this doesn't want to spin, does it?
No.
Okay, try again. Adrian spun an 8. So we'll put it on this side. He spun an 8. I spun a 32. Oh boy.
There's like infinite stuff.
Okay. So we have to make this into a fraction. How do we make the 8 and the 32, or the 32 and then 8 into a fraction less than 1? Who can tell me? Phoenix. 8 30 seconds. Now, how do we draw that? I have to draw 8 of those. Remember up here, one of these little squares was a 16th. So I need to draw 8 of them that are 30 seconds. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So everybody draw that in their notebook or in your workbook. You at home, draw this in your workbook. Now we have to make equations that fit this. We have to come up with things that are 30 seconds. Ways to make 8 30 seconds. Our denominator is always going to be 32 for this round. Okay, and in this game, the youngest person goes first. Adrian, do you have an idea of how to write an equation? If you can't remember how to do that, everybody go up here, look at this. Oh, that's right, I'm younger. Adrian's looking at me funny. Adrian, do you have an equation for us? Otherwise, call on someone to help you out.
Anybody.
Okay, otherwise I'm calling. Reese.
30 seconds and plus 230 equals 830.
Notice how little you have to write to get that in there. Okay, so they came up with one. So now it's my turn. I'm gonna do the easy route.
It's that easy, okay?
I know I can do that because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 1/32. So I can do a multiplication. Okay, Adrian, do you have a way to do it again, or are you gonna have somebody help you out? Okay. Millie.
430 seconds plus 430 seconds.
Again, this is hard to write because the space is so small. Ethan, if you need to take the bench in front so you can get up there and see better. I know that's kind of a distance for you to see. And this is hard to see. Okay. Well, let's see. What do I want to do this time? I'm going to do this one. 2 times 4/30 seconds. So that means I'm taking this group times and this group, and that makes 2 groups of 4/30 seconds. You know, did anybody hear Phoenix's comment about, well, gee, we can do a lot of these? Why did he say that? Because you can do a lot of them. Are you noticing how many we could do this time? So now we can do a lot again. Okay. Adrian, you want to give us one, or are you going to want somebody else to do it? Okay, well, let's see if you'll learn them fastest by trying to give us an idea. Oh, it's what? Once, like putting like 1/32 plus 1/32 like that? Yeah, you can do that.
Can I skip this?
They're asking if they can copy this. Would you rather do it as multiplication?
I'm skipping this. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to have enough room in here.
How about let's just skip it and just say that we did.
I want everybody to understand that you can do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to have to put one sticking out this side. And what does it equal, Adrian? 8/30 seconds. Yep. I mean, I ran out of room. Do as best as you can to try to get it to fit. So I can't do 4/30 seconds and 4/30 seconds because, well, somebody already took that one.
Just do it.
How about this one? 1 times 8/30 seconds equals 8/30 seconds. Okay, who has another one? Nope, I wasn't letting you. We're working on we're doing multiplication and addition. We're not going to take things away. We're only putting things together. Okay, who haven't I called on yet? I know I called on those hands. Phoenix?
2:30 seconds plus 2:30 seconds plus 2:30 seconds plus 2:30 seconds.
Oh, that's a 13. I don't know where that came from. And I know that works because you can find a group of 2:30 seconds and 2:30 seconds and 2:30 seconds and 2:30 seconds. Oh, let's see. I'm going to do an easy one. 7:30 seconds plus 1. That's cheating if I'm taking the easy way out?
Yep,
Someone who hasn't volunteered yet, can you come up with one? Luke, didn't you volunteer once?
maybe.
Millie volunteered too.
Well, maybe let's just do volunteer. Luke can volunteer.
I know that there was somebody who was starting to get the hang of it, that who used to sit really close here. Okay, David hasn't volunteered yet.
Do they have to be the same number?
They have to have 32 as the denominator.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
7:30 seconds. Or 7:30 seconds plus 1:30 seconds.
I just did that one.
Oh.
And 6:30 seconds plus 2:30 seconds is done. So is there another way to arrange them?
5:30 seconds plus 30 seconds. 3. Everyone's saying 30 seconds. Because you have to. Because that's the
Okay, how many of you have discovered something with this?
No.
Have you noticed anything with the numerator?
Okay, it's the same.
Millie, what did you notice with the numerator?
It's just like, for that one, it's just like 5 plus 3 equals 8, but instead you just have to 30 seconds.
Okay. Instead of going 5 plus 3 equals 8, we're doing 5 30 seconds plus 3 30 seconds equals 8 30 seconds.
It's confusing.
Because we're talking about a certain part of a number, Trevor. Okay, and do you think that I'm stumped, or are there more to do yet?
Wait.
There's way more to do yet. So I don't think anybody did this one. So we'll do 3 30 seconds plus 3 30 seconds plus 2 30 seconds equals.
Let's just do 1 30 second plus 1 30 second plus 2 30 seconds.
There are so many ways for some of them, but not all of them have all of those ways to make it. So if you need to, you can actually color little pieces in, or you can use your pencil and try to find them. You know, like if I look at this group and I look at this group, here's a 2 30 seconds and 2 30 seconds plus 1 30 second and 1 30 second and 1 30 second and 1 30 second. You're just counting all of these pieces over and over again. Okay, people at home, I'm going to ask you to play this game. We are going to play it here, so I'm going to pause. We may get into another portion of the lesson, so we'll talk to you in a little bit. Hi there, we're back. We're going to talk about some situations some students have encountered during the game, and then we're going to play again. So I was just talking to a group of students who had the unfortunate chance of getting 2/8. Oh, they're kind of smiling at me. Right away, Phoenix says, you can't do nothing with that. So if I think about what an 1/8 is, if you look at your blue papers, there's 1/8, there's 2/8. And I was talking with a couple of girls, and one of the girls said 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 2/8. And the other one says, So what could we do? Remember, we have to stay with the eighths. Jacob.
0/8 plus 2/8.
0/8 plus 2/8.
On top it's like 1 plus 1/8.
Because so now we see that 0 plus 2 equals 2, and we're talking about eighths. Okay, now are we finished? Phoenix.
2/8 times 1/8 equals 2/8.
Let's not go there yet. Let's think of only multiplying by whole numbers. Okay? Yes. 1 times 2/8 equals 2/8. So we're talking about that. We want to have one group of 2/8. Okay, so one group of this, one group of that equals 2/8. Is there anything else to do? There's one more thing. Well, we could get really technical and say there's two more things. Yes, sir. 2 times 1/8. Because that tells me I have two groups of 1/8. Here's a group of 1/8. Here's a group of 1/8. And then we could get really, really fancy with using parentheses if we wanted to. We're not going to go with decimals yet. No decimals yet. Whole numbers and fractions only. So when we're talking about our whole numbers for multiplication, it's how many groups of? Trevor? You forgot, that's okay. And then there is, you could possibly do this, 1 times 1/8 plus 1 times 1/8. Because we're looking at one group of 1/8 plus one group of 1/8 is 2/8. And that's basically it. Is this a new equation if I do this? Can you see that? Oh, you can't see that, sorry. Is this a new equation? It is not, because of the commutative property. We've talked about the commutative property. Remember, in addition and multiplication, we can switch the order of the numbers and we'll still get the same answer. So this one doesn't work. Yes, sir?
What if you get 30-second time, 30-second, I don't know.
Okay, we have to keep the same denominator. In this game, you have to keep the same denominator.
But if you spin a 30-second, 30-second.
Oh, so if you had this is numerator and denominator.
That's what we just spun.
That would be really hard, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're going to play our game again. We're going to put you on pause. I hope that you're continuing to play. Hi there, we're back again. The game is a little difficult at times, but we're practicing. This is the page that you are going to do at home. Please notice that that the letters are different on this compared to the blue papers that you have. So, looking at this, can you see what the sizes are? So you can write those all down, and this is what you need to do. Write the fractions in this box. Notice some examples that they're giving. A is half of E. In other words, we can have two A's that make E. The equation for it, and this we may have to do together, would be 2 times 1/4. A is 1/4. 2 1/4 equals 1/2. So if you need to use geoboards to finish this will work. If you want to just use this and draw on this to think about the different parts that fit in there, that will work. Then you're comparing fractions. You're looking at them. Which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? Or are they equal? Are they equal? Are they equal? Are they equal? Then some review. All the factor pairs to make the number 32. What times what equals 32? How many pairs can you figure out? And then list 3 prime numbers greater than 20. Yes, I took the orange chart down a long time ago, so you can't look. You'll have to figure it out. What is a prime number? Raise your hand if you remember. A prime number, Reese.
It's a number that you can only make out of one array.
Okay, a prime number is a number that can only be made out of one array. For example, 1 times 5 is 5, and there is no other way to make 5 through multiplication. But you have to have a number greater than 20, so that's why I used 5. Okay, so those of you at home, you're going to be working. Us here, we have gym class. So we will talk to you again tomorrow, people.
Bye.